What's up, YouTube? I'm going to go through a couple things with you today about how to properly build a Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitive deck. Alright, we're going to be looking at a light hero beat stun deck that's geared towards the water meta to help. We're going to just tear it apart because it's awful. Alright, the first thing you need to know about competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Is there's only two things that win competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not skill, it's not luck, none of those win games. It's surprise factor and rarity. That's right, surprise factor, rarity, that's what win games. For instance, commons don't win games. Commons are terrible. The last commons that won games, Giant Trinade, Cold Wave, Rescue Cat, Trap Doshi, they're all banned for a reason. They don't win games. Alright, so we're gonna go through anyway. This is a hero deck. We're gonna take it apart and make it what it is. Alright, first of all, it's a hero deck, so they're running the Stratos. Problem with Stratos is it telegraphs what you're playing. That's awful. You don't want that, especially turn one, right? It's not ultimate, can't have that, it's not ghost, it's not secret, it's just ultra. Terrible, we're taking it out of the deck. Doesn't have any place in the hero deck anyway. Alright, this is geared towards the water deck. That's right, that's where they won 3 Banisher of Radiance. It's all good. They're ultimates. That's fine, normally I take these out, but since they're ultimates and they're first edition, we're going to keep them in. First of all, quick note about first edition. Most people think first edition is completely unimportant. Some would say they're right, some would say they're wrong. The problem with first edition is the reason it's so good is if it has first edition and it's really rare like this, every time you play it, someone gets cured of cancer. I like cancer, so I don't have any first editions, so that's going to stay in the deck. You have the 2 ultimate Thunder Kings. That's good. They're Thunder Kings. They're good cards. They're ultimate. They can stay in the deck. You have the 3 alias. This is a hero deck. We're going to keep it a hero deck, so we're going to keep the aliases in. The 3 ultimates. That's good to go. No worries about that. Crusaders. Normally Fire Fists. Against Fire Fists, you might want Chevaliers. Helps with Nova Masters. Nova Masters hurts Fire Fists pretty good, but these are lights and they're ultimate. So that goes with light hero beat and the rarity, because rarity wins games. Reason rare, they're going to see the rarity and they're going to be like, this guy's legit. He has rarity cards. He's going to win the game. They already beat themselves up. You have the 1 Bubble Man in here. I take this out, but it is ultimate. But normally, even if ultimate, I'd still take it out. We're gonna do some fixes later to make this even more important. So we'll just keep it in for now. All right, this thing right here, Honest. This is going to win you most games out of any card in this deck. What's going to happen is you're going to discard it to the graveyard. They're going to be like, what did you just discard? They don't know. It's Ghost. They can't see the picture. They're going to have to pick it up, look at it, and be like, wow. They're going to have, I don't know what that is. They're going to have to read the name. They're going to have to read the name. It's going to take a really long process. You're going to be going into time half of your matches because they don't know. They're going to read Honest. They're like, wow. So anyway, Ghost Rares make you go into time. That's the significance of this card right here. They make you go into time, which is fine by you. You just dropped Honest. You're going to be good. You're going to be in a life point lead when you go into time. That's all good. So that's going to keep in. We're going to talk about Ghost Rares later when we get to the extra deck and why you shouldn't run them in the extra deck. But for right now, that's good. All right. With the spells, you got the 2 Lances. They're super rares. That's awful. I don't care what you say. Lance may be a good card. It's awful. It's awful because it's super rare. So we're gonna take them out of the deck. Who needs rares? All right. So Miracle Fusions. This is a hero deck, but generally I run 0 of these. Miracle Fusion is a terrible card, but it is ultimate, so I guess I'm gonna keep it in for this little transition. All right. Ghost Rare MSTs. That's right. Ghost Rare with a Ghost Gold to be more accurate. These are going to win you games too because it's called Stall Factor. We went through this with the Honest. Stall Factor. You're going to activate it. You're going to be like, what's that? They're going to have to pick it up. They're going to look at it because they don't know what that is. It's Ghost. They don't know what that is. So they're going to have to read the name. They're really slow readers. They're Yu-Gi-Oh players, not rocket scientists. So it's going to read the name. You're going to go into time. That's good. You just activated MST on one of their cards. Then you're going to swing for some damage, possibly put you in a life point lead. That's why you run 3 of these because they're Ghost and they're Stall tactics. That's what we're talking about. Dualities. Need dualities to get to your stall tactics. That's how duality works. No other reason. People say consistency. That's not the truth. Gemini Spark. This is going to be our biggest change, at least early on. Gemini Sparks, you have, what, like 6 targets, and you have a couple ways to search those targets. I took out one of them, Stratos, because you don't want to telegraph what you're playing. But the problem is, with Gemini Spark, is it's common. We went over this. Commons don't win games. The only commons that win games are banned. So we're going to take these out of the deck. I've actually got a replacement for them. The replacement for them is going to be right here. 3 Sacred Phoenix. Now a lot of people are being like, hey, it's a hero deck, why are you running 3 Sacred Phoenix? And that's a good question. So we're going to be going on to the next cards in the deck. It's going to be Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Reinforcements of the Army. These are going to be staples, and I would normally take out Monster Reborn because it's an awful card, and Dark Hole, but these are both Ultra. They look good together. They're a good pair. I'm going to keep them in. Super Poly. The problem with Super Poly is it's going to be dead quite often, so really, I would normally take it out, but I'm going to give you some options. If you really like Super Poly, good on you. I'm going to give you some options of what you can do to mitigate the dead draw of Super Poly. Number 1, Plague Spreader. Run Plague Spreader in your hero deck. You can put that Super Poly back on the top of your deck, do a little synchro summoning, and bam, you don't have to worry about Super Poly until next turn. Also, if you don't want to run Plague Spreader, even though you have an ultimate, congratulations, you don't have to. Forget Plague Spreader. But you're going to need something to mitigate that cost. That cost is terrible. If you don't want to mitigate the dead draw itself, mitigate the cost. 3 Thunder Seahorse in the main deck. Now, a lot of people are like, why would you run Thunder Seahorse? 1, you're going to discard it, you're going to get 2, and then bam, when you draw Super Poly, -1's not even there anymore. It's not even there, because you have a +1 from Thunder Seahorse. Yeah, so you activate Super Poly, discard the Seahorse, congratulations. No -1, you still have a Thunder Seahorse. What are you going to do with that? I'll tell you what you do with that. You can summon that, it has 1600 attack, and then if you have another monster, bam, Star Leash, Piloted Ammo, takes 2 light monsters, legit. You can't get more legit than that. This doesn't even come in a higher rarity, this is a good card, it's going to make it into your deck. So anyway, that's what you do with Thunder Seahorse, and it blings them out. Also, you could set this first turn, they run it over, they don't know what you're playing. They think you're bad because you set a Thunder Seahorse. You might be, or you might be mind-fucking them. Which way you want to go with life, Yu-Gi-Oh players? Mind-fuck or bad? Whichever way, anyway, that's how you play. Also, if you don't like any of these options with Super Poly, you don't have to run Thunder Seahorse, you don't have to run Plague Spreader, that's good. But it's going to be dead. So you might as well just take it out for an ultimate rare card that's going to be dead too, Machine Duplication. That's what I play in my hero deck, because I don't like Super Poly. I set Machine Dupe, they MST it, Machine Dupe goes to the graveyard, they think I'm playing some crazy Cyber Valley Card Trooper mill deck. I'm not. Playing heroes, it's called mind-fucking, going back to the surprise factor. It's one of the 2 things that wins Yu-Gi-Oh matches, and that's what we're talking about. So anyway, we're going to go on here into the traps. Super Poly, I don't know, whatever you want to do with it. You got the D-Prisons, you got the Mirror Forces, you got the Torrentials, you got the Warning, Starlight Road, Judgment, Bottomless. These are all things that go in decks. That's fine. That's fine. They can go in decks. The problem is, look at this. Just 1 ultimate rare trap card in the lineup. You're not going to win any games like that. You're not going to win any games with ultimate rare at 1 with a trap line. You need at least 2 ultimate rares. Alright? You need at least 2 ultimate rares, so that's going to stand. I think we're going to take out this Bottomless. Who needs Bottomless anyway? It's an Ultra, it's not Secret, doesn't fit in. You could take out a D-Prison, whichever one you want to do. Ultimate, for an ultimate card, Ultra, D, whatever. But we're going to take out the Bottomless, just for example's sake, and we're going to put it to the side over here. Keep everything else. Now, a lot of people are like, well, if you're going to replace it, you might as well put some good traps in. And a lot of people are like, what are good traps? Fiendish Chains. The problem with Fiendish Chain? Super rare. You're not going to win with super rares. Ultimates, that's what we're talking about here. These are super rare. You know what else they come in? They come in common. That's not going to win games. They also come in that battle pack rarity that no one cares about. So, I mean, really, you're not going to win with Fiendish Chains. Instead of 2 Fiendish Chains anyway, bam, gone. 1 breakthrough skill. 1 comes in ultimate. You're good to go right there. You don't have to worry about any rarity conditions. And negates twice. Negates on their turn. Then on your turn, you can banish it. Negate again. Really, it's 2 Fiendish Chains in 1. I don't know why people aren't running this card. It's such a great card, and it's ultimate. Clearly, it should be used more than Fiendish Chain in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's ultimate rare. So we're going to go ahead and put that in the deck. Well, that's going to be that for the traps, the main deck. And we're going to go to the extra deck right here, see what we got going on. The first thing I see here is a Gaga Cowboy. I'm not going to go through everything here, but Gaga Cowboy is super rare. We've talked about this. Super rares don't win games. They're awful. So we're going to take that out. We got a card over here that's going to be perfect for it. And here it is right here. Ultimate Black Rose Dragon. Now, Black Rose Dragon, you might be thinking, hey, that doesn't have anything to do with heroes. You're correct. But what you're going to do is you're going to put that bad boy right on top of your extra deck. Bam. Accidentally leave it face up. People are going to see that and be like, wow, what is he running that has Black Rose Dragon? Bam. They're not thinking heroes. Surprise factor wins games with rarity condition. We've been through this. Anyway, we're going to go on to these 2. Ghost Rares. Told you I'd come to this throughout the main deck. Ghost Rare Excalibur, Ghost Rare Stardust Dragon. Alright, congratulations. You just activated Starlight Road on Heavy Storm. Problem is, it's early game. You don't want to be going at a time in early game, but you're going to be, because when you bring out that Stardust, they're going to have to read the card. They don't know what it is. It's Ghost Rare. They can't see the picture. They're going to have to read Stardust Dragons. Again, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, not rocket scientists. Takes them forever. You go at a time. That's not good. You don't want to be going at a time with heroes game 1. That's not good. That's not how you're going to win matches. So that's going to come out, and right here we've got the replacement for it, which is the Ultimate Rare Stardust. That's good to go. Excalibur. You just brought out Excalibur. Congratulations. You were able to exceed in heroes. Fantastic. Alright, but again, they're going to have to read the card. They can't see what it is. It's Ghost. So they're going to have to read the card, and Heroic Champion Excalibur is a really long name for some Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. They can't even read Stardust Dragon without going at a time. So you're definitely going at a time when you bring out this. Problem is, you just brought it out, you haven't even inflicted damage with it, so really, it's just going to be sitting there. You're going to go in a time, and then hopefully you don't get D-Prison. If you get D-Prison, you lost the game, and you're going to be losing in games because you're playing heroes already, so you don't want to be losing games in time because it's Ghost Rare. So you're going to go ahead and take that out for the Ultimate Rare version. Problem solved with the extra deck. The rest of the extra decks look pretty standard. I'm not going to mess with it. So those 2 are going to go in. These 2 crappy cards are going to go out right here, and then... Alright, some extra things that you haven't seen. It is a light hero beat deck, but we really didn't see that much light beat. It was just light monsters with 1900 attack. 1900 attack's not beating. 2100 attack's beating, so we're going to throw in 3 Cyber Dragons. We're gonna throw in 3 Cyber Dragons. Anyway, we want to get the. You might be thinking that's a lot of monsters in a light beat deck. You might be right. That's why we're going to make it like a 47 card deck to mitigate you drawing so many monsters at a time. And so 47 card deck. I know what you're thinking. There's so many beat monsters in there. You don't have any light defense cards. Now you do. You're going to throw in 3 effect mailers. That means you got light beat and you got light defense. It's a circle of life, really. It's all about it. So light beat's not going to win you many matches. Light beat's really straightforward. So you're gonna have to throw another strategy in there. You only had the 1 Bubble Man. Let's make it an Exceed variant. You're gonna throw in 2 more Bubble Mans. Bam, they're ultimate. They're gonna make you win because they're ultimate. And 2 Photon Thrashers, which also, this is crazy. It goes with the Exceed, and then it goes with the Light Hero Beat because they're 2100 light monsters. So really, that just helps both. It becomes a circle of life. You're running like 48 cards now, but like I said, you're not gonna draw many monsters because you're running 48 cards. And so anyway, this is how you play Yu-Gi-Oh. This is how you play Yu-Gi-Oh here. Like I said, you win with surprise factor and you win with rarity. And so anyway, build this deck, have fun with it, and win any championship level tournament you go to, because that's how Yu-Gi-Oh players win games. Like for instance, when people bring out that Spellground mat when you go to a YCS, you think they're legit, right? The first time you summon this Ultimate Bubble Man, same shit. It's all the same shit. So really, I would get on the level of Yu-Gi-Oh players that who needs to buy a Spellground mat when you can just buy ultimate rare cards. That's what I'm saying. Alright, thanks for watching. Now that you know how to build a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh deck, go on, prosper, and enjoy life.